So I spent 3 cities.
And
I do everything right.
Yeah.
And it doesn't require too much.
A gross revenue of 25 to 30 cedis.
That's crazy.
Hi, my name is Fafape, the Mushroom Queen, and today we are receiving Dziffa on the farm. I'll take her around. Join us.
Good morning, Fafa.
Hi, good morning. Nice to see you.
Nice to see you too. I love your farm.
Thank you.
What are we looking at here? Because I see sawdust all around me.
This is sawdust.
Okay.
Something that we don't take seriously in Ghana. This is what we're using to make money and employ a lot of people.
You're kidding me?
Yes.
Just sawdust.
Just so that you can have a look at
sawdust, I think it's just waste.
It's something that we burn into the environment. So that is where the passion is really coming from.
Wow.
So what you're seeing here, we're going to turn this into a substrate for the growing of the mushroom.
Walk us through the process. So you start with sawdust, then what happens to the sawdust?
So this stage, we call it the composting stage. So this is where we go to collect the sawdust and then we mix it with other agricultural waste products like the rice bran and the quicklime. So we turn it around for about 6 weeks and it turns itself, decompose so well, into a substrate. Okay. So at that stage, we call it substrate. It's no longer sawdust. So it turns itself into a substrate, creating the environment for the growth of the mushroom.
When we see people who are successful, people are thinking, oh, she must have started with 10,000 cedis, 5,000 cedis. And we want our young people to know that you can start wherever it is you are.
It will interest you to know that I started with 10 bags. And then one compost bag was 1 cedi. So you can do the calculation and see that's 10 Ghana cedi. And I put it on an old shoe rag to grow. And when I started harvesting the fresh ones, and people were like, oh, we don't usually get the fresh ones to buy. That was how I saw the gap. And I said, this is my business.
How big is your farm? Because I see a lot of...
Yeah, we have a capacity of about 150,000 bags. We are one of the leading producers of mushrooms here in Ghana. Hence the Mushroom Queen.
Charlie, I can't wait. Guys, if you want to learn more about Fafa, just click the subscribe button, like it. We'll tell you all about her journey. She didn't start out as a mushroom farm. Believe it or not, she's an accountant. So I'm curious to find out how she came from an accountant to being the Mushroom Queen of Ghana. Fafa, should we go?
Right.
All right, let's go.
So, Dziffa, this is the second stage of the mushroom production process. So now this is the substrate, and we'll be doing it. We'll be bagging them into smaller polythenes, as you can see. And then from here, then we sterilize it to make sure that every living organism in the sawdust or in the substrate is gone.
So now, when you say substrate, is it like a soil? What's the difference between a sawdust and a substrate?
Exactly. So this serves like the soil for the growth of the mushroom.
Wow. So
the right temperature, the ammonium content has been decomposed as a result of adding of the quicklime. So now this will now serve. So the other things you've added will determine the yield of the mushrooms, because you need to have the right amount of the rice bran, the right quantity of the quicklime. So it's just like how you add fertilizer to your soil. That determines the yield of your maize and all that. So this is the stage where you need to learn to know the kind of quantities to add to the sawdust in order to have a good yield.
How do you go from accounting to mushroom farming?
Yeah, I chanced upon an article at the time I was doing my master's at the University of Ghana, where the article on Netherlands, how they are using the waste they have in the environment to create jobs for the youth, for women, and even the contribution of mushroom to their GDP alone. Now, the world leaders in terms of mushroom, we have China, we have US, we have the Netherlands, and we want to also put Ghana on the map of the mushroom producers.
And she's going to do it. So show me how it's done, because I came here to get my hands dirty.
Oh,
Yes. So this is a tool we'll use?
Yeah, so
okay.
You take
Thank you.
the polythene.
Okay, so this is our bag.
Yeah, so you just
Scoop from the bottom.
Exactly. Into it.
Okay. So what is this process called?
So this is the bagging stage.
The bagging stage.
Yeah, this is the bagging stage. So we have to make sure that it's firm.
Okay. So you have to beat it on the ground.
Exactly. Making sure that if it's firm, that will help you to extend the life span of the bags.
Really?
You know, it takes about 3 months for it to be fully utilized.
3 months?
Yes, 3 months. When it's fully colonized and you start harvesting, it takes about 3 months for you to totally, get used.
So this step is very important.
Very, very important. If it is loosed, you realize that after the first flash, we call it flashes. After the first flash, you realize that the whole bag will get sunk or something. And, that will mean that you have to throw them away. Wow. So this is the stage you have to really make sure that you get a very firm bag in order to help them to stay longer.
How many flashes can you get?
Yeah, so you can get between 5 to 7 flashes depending on the weather and the environment.
5 to 7 flashes.
Yeah.
And what will be the output of those flashes be?
Yeah, so you can get like between 100 and 150 grams per flash. So, yeah. So you just have to make sure that you get the right temperature for it. For oyster mushrooms, you need between 23 to 28 degrees for it to, to flourish very well, for the yield to come. So if you have that kind of temperature for it, you are good to go.
That's crazy.
Yeah.
So you just pour what is this called again? It's not
substrate.
You pour the substrate in the bag.
Yes.
And
then you make sure that the weight is 1 kg.
Okay. So the weight of each bag has to be 1 kg.
Yeah. So with experience, we know
how
when you hold it,
you can tell.
You can just tell.
Because I'm sure you've done hundreds of these right now. Hundreds and thousands. This is my first bag.
Let's see how firm it
will be. I think mine will be more firm than yours. I'm very confident. And in one bag, what would your output be? Like for people who are interested in mushroom farming, you were mentioning earlier to me that after a certain stage, people can if people who don't want to go through all of this, they can come buy it and then they will make money out of it. Because part of the things we're trying to also find out is business opportunities within your space that young people can take advantage of. Yeah.
So in case you are limited by space or you can't go through the entire process, we used to sell the mature bags to existing or potential farmers. So you just come and buy the mature ones. We'll be going into the incubation room to have a feel of how the dark color you're seeing now, how it will turn into a white colonized bag. Wow. Very beautiful one.
I can't wait.
So when you buy that, within a week, you'll start harvesting mushrooms.
That's crazy. So from here, you go to sterilize it?
Yes.
How is that done?
Yeah. So right now we use the oil tanks.
Okay.
Even though we have sterilization plants, but for now we're using our local oil tanks.
Okay.
Very soon we'll have a mechanized system and we'll have everything. We have conveyor belts and things.
Wow.
From here, we'll put it on the conveyor belts into the sterilization plants, and then from there to the incubation room, and there we go.
If someone has 100 cities, 200 cities, 300 cities, what can they do in this space?
You can start by acquiring the compost bag. So you can become a cropper. Where you harvest the fresh ones.
So this will be the mature version of this will be the compost bag.
Yes. The compost bag.
So that one you don't need a lot of money.
You don't need a lot of money, and then we try and create just some
small space
to start. And even the value addition to the mushroom. Now we have mushroom kebab. We have the mushroom bread. So even
creating products out
of the mushroom alone and serving people who need it is also an opportunity. Wow. And US and all that, there are people who have even specialized in just making the compost.
Yeah.
And people will come and buy. Because some may not have
It's very
the time.
technical
Yeah.
too. Because if you don't get the mixture right, then you've messed everything up.
Exactly. So there are people whose job is just to make the compost, and there are others that will just come and buy and do the growing,
harvesting.
And there are others that the farmers market that will just come for it
and sell it.
So it's a huge opportunity.
How much do you sell a bag for?
Just 3 cedis.
3 Ghana cedis. That's less than 50 cents.
Yes.
If I do everything right, how much money can I make from one bag?
Yeah, you can make between 25 to 30 Ghana cedis because one bag is expected to give you 1 kilo of mushroom.
What? That's mad.
Yeah.
So I spent 3 cedis.
And
I do everything right.
Yeah.
And it doesn't require too much.
A gross revenue of 25 to 30 cedis.
That's crazy. That means I don't have to go buy any because you've already done the hard work for me. Sure. I just need to put it at a good place
and water it
and just watch it grow for me.
Exactly.
I never thought I'll be able to say a business that you can start with just 3 Ghana cedis. That's like somebody's kinky and fish money.
I tell you.
That you're starting with. Wow.
And we train as well. So
you train people?
We train people. This is an industry that is so huge. So one person cannot do it. One person cannot do it. So there's an opportunity to get trained to also start.
I'm sold. I think I'll do mushroom farming. Everybody I interview, I'm like, I want to do something, but this you just need very little capital.
Exactly.
You're employing people. You're seeing the output of your labor.
Sure.
You're making money.
Yeah.
If someone starts a mushroom farm, how many months do you think it will take them to break even if they do everything right?
Yeah, the first month.
You can break even your first month.
Because, mind you, the mature bags that you buy, within a week, you are harvesting. And what will prevent you from making your money?
And there's already demand for mushrooms.
After a year, we cap it and sterilize.
So I see the capping.
Yes.
I see some of the capping there. So we'll go to the capping next to show them what the capping looks like. Why do you cap it? So that you have space? What's the purpose?
To have space and also to prevent water from entering at the sterilization stage.
Okay.
And also to prevent other, it's fungi. So to prevent other microorganisms from entering into it. Because that would disturb the growth of it.
Okay, let's go. I'm excited.
So this is the incubation room. This is one of our incubation room. It takes a minimum of 30,000 bags.
That is crazy.
Yes,
the room is huge.
So from the bagging to sterilization, and we add the seed, which we call the spawn. So from the spawning, you bring it to the incubation room. Yes, so it stays here for about 6 weeks minimum for it to get matured. So from this, we either sell it out to the croppers or we crop them ourselves.
And then sell it as full-blown mushrooms.
As fresh mushrooms.
So there are 30, this room can take 30,000
bags.
Of those bags.
Exactly.
What is in the room? Because I see mats. It's so cool here.
So we have conditions for growing mushrooms.
Okay.
You need minimum sunlight, no direct heat. You need between 23 to 28 degrees to grow mushrooms. So you need to create the environment. So as you can see, we improvise with the mats at the top to prevent direct sunlight and heat to the cropping, the incubation room. So these are some of the things you can see here. A nice room for keeping the mushroom seeds, the bags, and then providing some insulation to prevent the direct sunlight.
So do you know what I love about you, Queen? Every single innovation, you've incorporated local materials.
Great.
So your ceiling is made from local mats.
Yes.
This, I'm sure, a local carpenter did it.
Oh, yes, sure.
What informed your decision to ensure that majority, if not 100% of the money you spend with your production process actually goes to local artisans?
It's all about empowerment. As you employ the carpenter, as you get the one doing the mat, you're giving them some sort of power, financial power to produce more, to get more, in order to do more. As you engage them, they provide for their families as well. And that is the real impact we're talking about. So now we've added the mycelium. The mycelium is taken from an existing mushroom at the lab. So it's being done by a microbiologist.
Wow,
so
you have microbiologists who
doing that.
Okay.
And then we get it from them. Okay. We add it at the stage called the spawning, where you add a seed to the mushroom. And you see that the mycelium will start trickling down week after week. So you can see some of them at different stages where they have 3 weeks, 2 weeks. So you can see the difference. So this is a fully colonized bag.
Oh, nice.
So this takes 6 weeks for it to get matured. Okay. So when it gets matured and you get it as a new farmer, it will take you 1 week and you will start harvesting mushrooms.
So once I take this from you,
yes,
for 3 CDs,
yes,
2021, guys.
Yes.
I can now, after a week of watering it,
exactly,
I can now crop it as a mushroom and start selling it.
Exactly.
And this is what you were telling me, that out of this,
you get 1 kilo.
1 kilo, which goes for about
25 to 30 cedis, depending on
30 Ghana cedis. I get it for 3 CDs. That's like 3 times 10. Your profit margins are like ridiculous. Now, you were telling me your very first experience, you failed. And failure is part of the journey. So share that story with us. What happened? How did you lose 2,000 of this?
So when I was expanding, I thought of start the production myself. So I gathered all the raw materials and I did almost about 2,000 bags. I lost everything. But it's a learning process. I didn't stop there. I said, then something might have gone wrong. So I went back to the food research. They have experts who came to look at it for me, showed me 1 or 2 things that I didn't do right, and I pick it up again from there.
How big is the demand for mushrooms in Ghana?
Yeah, it's averagely okay, because more and more people are getting to know about mushroom and then the health benefits of mushroom. So I just have a new client who is starting with 1,000 bags.
1,000 bags.
So I'm supplying her. So what we do here, we give out both the mature bags and the fresh mushrooms to the market. So we are just packing for her. She's also going to start her own mushroom business with her own brand. And then, the sky will be the limit for her.
That's like 3,000 CDs. She gets her 1,000 mushrooms. Yeah. And can you give an estimation of what you project her revenue to be if she's able to sell?
Yeah, you can make it at 45%.
Okay.
On it, taking away some of the cost of production, the labor you get.
So she'll definitely break even and make a profit.
Oh, yes. You will. You will.
With just your first start.
Yes.
3,000 CDs is like $500.
Sure.
And she's going to make...
And even this one, she is starting on a little higher note.
Yeah.
You can start even smaller than this.
Like just 100.
Sure. So this is the final stage. This is the fruiting room where you finally get to see your fresh mushrooms coming out. It's amazing. It's so, I don't know how to describe it, but this is after the long process. This is where you get to see your mushrooms. And this is after the 6 weeks of incubation, and the following week you water them and then you get to see your fresh mushrooms. So from here, we supply hotels, restaurants, households, and a whole lot more of people who care about their health. If you want to have something like this, we train as well. You can contact us on Instagram, mushroomqueen_global, to get to learn how to farm mushrooms. And if you're a hotel, a restaurant, a household, and you want to have a feel of our mushrooms, don't hesitate to contact the Mushroom Queen on 0242 905968, or better still, on our Instagram page, drop a DM, mushroomqueen_global. We are on Facebook as well.
Any last words for young people who are looking for opportunities in farming and agro-processing?
You can start anything you want to do in the agri space, either value addition or starting with production. I am using waste to create this economic value chain. You can also do that. Look around you, get to know things that people will need that they do not have, and take advantage of that. Use your knowledge and skill to provide something for Mother Ghana. As you can see, sawdust is giving me financial freedom. I'm employing people and contributing my quota to the GDP of Ghana. You can also do same. Thank you. I am so happy. And if you're watching this, remember to subscribe to this channel,
To the
because
channel.
there are so many great things that will be unveiled on this channel.
Thank you, Queen. Bye.
Bye.